But she's looking at all these things, and that's just, it gets too complicated, and this is why you don't get results. So see, this is kind of a good example to kind of show that if you're doing you could be using all the products that say they'll do the X, Y, and Z, and those are your problems. But if you don't know what your skin really needs and what's going on and what it wants, you're not going to get the best results. So that's kind of a good example in this case for that, but it's kind of sad for her results. Hey gorgeous gals, welcome back to Contour Image, where I help you build confidence through your image. My name is Sharon Ports. I'm a California licensed esthetician, and today we're going to do a Reddit question over skincare, particularly about her skin complexion. So let's get right into it. So this girl says she's a 30 age female, lots of scarring, redness, texture, pie, and discoloration from acne. What else can I do? So the pie thing means it's acne that is flush to the skin. It's no longer peeking out. It's just more like discoloration and maybe some scabs to some extent and everything, or scarring. So I have over decades worth of scarring and pie from acne and breakouts since my early teens, and I think skincare alone isn't enough to improve the aftermath anymore. I've been using tretinoin 0.05% on and off for 7+ years consistently for the last 3 years, which has helped my skin a lot, but I feel that these are the best results I'm going to get. I've been considering laser or a chemical peel, but I don't know what would be suitable for my case. Any advice appreciated. And she says her routine, she says acne prone, sensitive, oily combo, dry skin. She says in the morning she splashes face with water, unique tea tree relief serum, azelaic acid 10%, Elanon, ceramide gel, Bior watery essence sunscreen if going outside. At night, she says she uses Elf Holy Hydration Cleansing Balm. Really, that's what they call it. Tollerine face wash, tretinoin 0.5% LRP capsules. Okay, a lot going on. So see, this is kind of a good example to kind of show that if you're doing you could be using all the products that say they'll do the X, Y, and Z, and those are your problems. But if you don't know what your skin really needs and what's going on and what it wants, you're not going to get the best results. So that's kind of a good example in this case for that, but it's kind of sad for her results. So we're going to look. I love her hair. She's so cute. So I just want to go over it real fast. Yeah, she's had acne, a lot of it here, as you can see. This is hormonal acne here. Some of it looks like it even comes up to here too a little bit. Sometimes when acne comes up here, it could be a little bit of stress, but when you've got a lot of things going on and inflame, or has been inflamed for her instance, there could be a few other things. I can see that she's had some acne up here just due from scarring and stuff. You can see she has thick skin. She looks like she has thick skin, but that could just be from the acne, of the kind of acne she had, because she says she is saying that her skin type is oily combination / dry skin, which those don't really go together. That's another problem with the internet today, is they have all this stuff out there that's like, if I look at it, I'm like, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, and don't know if I can describe that exactly right here, right now, but if you take my skin type quiz down below, you'll maybe get a little bit of insight as to what your skin type is and how your skin type would actually work. So I'll put the link in the description down below. It'll give you some information for you to learn more about your skin type and to get the right products and things and ingredients for your skin type that you would want to use. And it'll also give you a list of exactly a skincare regimen to help you get that beautiful, healthy glow and good healthy skin. So, but first of all, okay, acne prone, okay, I get that. That's not a skin type though. It just, because any skin type can get acne. It has a lot to do internally mostly. Sensitive, that's actually a condition, and I know that goes up against the grain compared to what everyone says on the internet, including skincare products and everything. But sensitivity is not a skin type, it is a condition. Oily combination dry skin. She has a condition of probably dehydrated skin. So she doesn't have dry skin, she has dehydrated skin, which is dry skin condition. So she could have oily combo. Oily combo would be combination skin type, which would be in the center where she would probably be her oiliest, and chances are she might be very oily in the T-zone. So I'm guessing, just from her saying that, she might be combination oily. But again, I don't know if she does know, because she's got all this other stuff where she says her skin type is kind of, well, she doesn't actually say it's her skin type, she says routine. But she's looking at all these things, and that's just, it gets too complicated, and this is why you don't get results. There's too much going on. She needs to know what her skin type is. I'm going to pretend at this moment that she's got oily combination skin type, where she gets oily in the T-zone here at the most. And on the sides of her cheeks, she'll be a little bit maybe a little bit dry, but mostly kind of more normal skin type there for her. So if we say that that's what she is, then we can at least get an idea of how to take care of her skin, just the skin itself. Now we can look at the problems, the conditions of her skin. She has what sounds like dry skin condition, like I mentioned earlier, probably from the acne treatments and all the cleansers and everything else and all the products that she's probably used that have completely has been very drying and dried out her skin a bit, so she feels dry. She probably still has that oiliness in the center, so that's probably a little bit of a bothersome to her too, and you get that shininess. She has the scarring, as we said, and then we also have, it could be still slightly active, but it's flat, so it's not the biggest deal. But it could just be also just scarring a bit. It looks like it's slightly active, but not super active. So we'll kind of bet on that. So she did mention earlier that she's thinking of using, I think she said laser. I believe she said she was thinking of using laser here. Or was it laser? Yeah, okay, considering using laser or chemical peels. I would say that those would be one thing that you can look into, but first what I would do is get you on a good skincare regimen and get your skin balanced, because I know that's not happened here, just from the looks of it and just from her story. And the fact that I know she doesn't really know exactly what she's doing. She could be on medications. Actually, one of them is, I believe it's a topical one, is that tretinoin. So she has been medicated with that topically, so we'd have to be very careful with that, because it is, I believe it's a high dosage of vitamin A, but it is a medication. So we would have to be really careful with that. And that's probably what's helping her acne to start leveling out, so it's not as active and it's starting to heal. I would also look into, because the question is why is your skin breaking out? Skin doesn't just decide to break out. That's what makes it different from people who don't break out to people who do break out. There's something going on, and your skin is a communication grounds for you and your health. And a lot of it, as I was noticing here, is she does have a lot of hormonal acne going on. So a lot of it has to do with her hormones. She may be eating something that's causing her hormones to go wacky. She could maybe not have enough vitamins or minerals or something that she's not taking that her body does feel the need for her to not have her hormones go off so much. So that would be something she should look into specifically with her doctor, to find out if they can find if there's anything she's missing or very low, I should say, in her blood or in with her hormones or anything. Yeah, for that, let me just see. She also has, so she wanted to show also her scarring up here, which I could kind of see it. It's a better picture there, but I could kind of see it here too. So the next thing, once we kind of figure that out about the tretinoin or whatever, she would have to maybe take off, for what I'd want to do with her, I would want her to be off that for a little while before I start doing something like a peel. I would first start her off with just some enzymes. because that's going to be very gentle. It's going to kind of just prep her skin and start it up with the proper right exfoliation process. And then I would also want to hydrate her skin. Of course, I'm saying this over and over again because these are the things that are usually needed. Most people do not exfoliate their skin well enough, and their skin is dying for water to be replenished within it. So most of the time, that's usually what it is. And you would be so surprised that once the skin is hydrated, it acts and responds differently. Things like acne kind of can start to heal up a little bit more. Lines and wrinkles start to soften and lighten up, and then just kind of as a byproduct, your skin starts to glow a little bit, because if you're using other products to help, it can utilize those products and use the water as a vehicle to help send those ingredients through the skin of where they need to be. So it starts to do that a bit. It also kind of gives the skin a little bit more of like a bounce, similar to, it helps that collagen and elastin kind of feel. It gives it that allowance, so your skin looks younger and more youthful and fresh. And so that is something I would want to do with her. I would also get her on a good skincare regimen, of course, the proper cleanser, the proper moisturizer, maybe a serum or something, and definitely SPF would be definitely a big point there. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how to hydrate your skin, I will put some information down below for you to learn a little bit about that and to maybe start it off on yourself to help you out with that, to get good skin. I'm also looking for 3 people to work with this month who want to work with me about their skin. I want to be able to help them to understand more about their skin type, the types of products they want to use, the proper regimen, and if there's any skin conditions they might have that maybe I could possibly help to reduce or get rid of, depending on what the problem is. I will have the link down in the description for you to take a questionnaire, because you will have to qualify to see if you can work with me. So hopefully if you take that, I will see you on the other side. If you're interested in working with me, it's there for you, okay? So thanks again so much for visiting me here at Contour Image. Just remember to stay beautiful for life.